Good morning, children, and welcome to my assembly this morning. I hope you're all okay. Once again, we are in another lockdown, aren't we, children? So unfortunately, many of you are at home doing your remote learning, and I know your teachers have been preparing some fantastic activities for you to do. So I hope that you're taking part in that. Some of you are at school as well, and it's nice to have you with us. But wherever you are, children, I hope that you are keeping safe and following all the safety rules really carefully to keep yourself and your families and our community as safe as possible. So I'm going to try and share my screen now, which hopefully will be won't take too long to do. Okay, if I get rid of this and go on the PowerPoint, and off we go. So the peace of the Lord be with you all. And let us say our vision together. I will bless you with a future filled with hope, a future of success, not of suffering. Now, children, yesterday I visited the recycling centre near where I live, and where you live as well, there will be places where you can take things that you don't want anymore. It might be called a recycling centre, it might be called a refuse centre, or sometimes people call it the tip. But nowadays, it's not really throwing things away necessarily. You can sort things out so that they can be recycled, which is really important to do. So the reason I'm mentioning this is because we had loads of things that we wanted to get rid of to make a bit of space in our house. And often at the end of a year, you might think this is a good time to do something like this, have a bit of a clear out. So I took loads of different things to the recycling centre and sorted it out into the different containers. So you can have a container for wood, a container for cardboard, a container for old furniture that you don't need anymore. And so I took a whole carload of things that we were getting rid of to the recycling centre. And afterwards I thought, oh, that feels a lot better because it's cleared some space ready for what the next year brings. So I thought this was a good time to mention it because, of course, this is my first assembly with you this year. And although it might feel like a long time ago, we have only just started 2021. And the new year is a time to clear out some old things from 2020 and make space for things to come in 2021. And these could be physical things. So these could be like getting rid of old toys that you don't play with anymore, or old furniture that you're going to replace with something new. But it also, very importantly, could be mental things as well. So things to do with your minds. So you might have some old attitudes that you want to change for a new approach. It might be that you want to be kinder than you were last year. Perhaps you can think of a time when you weren't being very kind, or when you were making some unwise choices or bad decisions that you regret making. And you can say, okay, well, this is a good time to get rid of all those old attitudes that I want to change and have a new approach. So for 2021, I'm going to make sure I'm always kind, or I'm going to make sure I always make wise decisions and make sure that I'm always doing my best. So it's a good time for having a change of attitude when we come into a new year. And that might be one of your New Year's resolutions. Or you could also see it as a time to make space for new learning and new knowledge, new skills and knowledge. Because children, you're going to be carrying on to do your fantastic learning, whether it's at home with our home learning opportunities or at school in our Key Work with Vulnerable Children provision. And you're going to do lots and lots of new learning, and you need to make sure your mind is geared up for it. So although you don't want to throw away all your old skills and knowledge, you need to kind of organize your mind so that there's space to learn new things. And that's one of the things we're very proud of with the Blue Coat Children, is how good you are at learning and taking in new skills and knowledge. But you have to make sure that you're in the right frame of mind to do that. Now, this is a good picture because going into a new year is a bit like going around a corner. And children, you'll know that you can't see around the corner. You can't see around corners. You don't know what is around the next corner. And we don't actually know what next year, what this year, 2021, has in store for us. And this time last year, we had no idea that 2020 was going to be the sort of year it was. At this time last year, we didn't know about COVID. We didn't know that we were going to have to close all the schools. We didn't know that we were going to have to face all the challenges we did as a country last year. And we don't, there's lots of things we don't know about 2021 yet, but we need to look forward to the year with hope for a better year than the one we've just had. And there are lots of things to be hopeful about. I'm sure you've heard, children, about the vaccine that is being rolled out across the country. And this is very exciting and an amazing scientific achievement. So lots of scientists all around the world, including some very clever British scientists, have invented and discovered some different vaccines. There's not just one, there's a number of different vaccines that can be used to stop people from being hurt by the COVID-19 virus. And you may already have someone in your family, perhaps someone who's elderly and therefore quite vulnerable, who's already had the vaccine, and that will hopefully make them safe in what has been a very frightening time. So this is a cause of great hope for us as a country, but also the world, that we will, as the year goes on, be able to get on top of this issue with the COVID virus so that we don't continue to have the disruption we've had in our lives. But there's lots of other things as well, children, that you might be looking forward to in 2021. So just have a think for a minute. As you look ahead to 2021, what are you looking forward to? And what are your hopes and dreams for the year ahead? Now, this man in the picture was called Ralph Abernathy, and he was a very close friend and colleague of Martin Luther King. And they did a lot of work together to develop and grow the civil rights movement, which many of you know quite a lot about. And he once said, "I don't know what the future may hold, but I know who holds the future." I'll just say that again. I don't know what the future may hold, but I know who holds the future. I wonder what he meant when he said that. Who do you think holds the future? Now, I think that he was referring to God, and he was a strong Christian, and he was a faith leader for his community. And I think he is talking about how he believes we should trust in God and that God holds our future and knows what is going to happen and will support us whatever happens, whatever the future may hold. I also think that we all, you, me, everyone, has some control over our future by the decisions that we make today. So children, I hope that you are determined to start this year with a fantastic attitude to learning, but also to the way you treat each other and those around you. Because I think if you make those wise decisions in the present, then those decisions will help you in the future. Shall we prepare ourselves for prayer? And there's a quotation from the Bible at the top there. "Do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself." And really what I think that is saying is that we need to think about what we do now, today, and each day to make sure that we are looking after ourselves, looking after each other, and also making the most of all the opportunities we have. And then when tomorrow comes, we will be ready for it, whatever is happening. Dear God, Thank you that you are with us in every circumstance or situation. You know how different and unexpected the last few months have been. As we look forward to the year to come, we ask that you will give us strength to face with courage the things that we can't change, and determination to change the things that we can. Amen. Now, I'm just going to hopefully go back to the PowerPoint, to me on the screen. There I am. Thank you for listening to that this morning, children. Now, I have got a song for us to join in together, which you know quite well, I think. One more step along the way I go. And it's a great song for reminding us about our journey. And as we go from the old year into the new year, it helps us to think about that journey and how we want to make the most of the journey we are on. And also it talks about God being there with us as we take each step along the journey. Now, I'm hoping that this is going to work as well. So I'm going to share my screen again and put on the video. Please join in, children. You might hear my dog barking in the background, or one of my dogs barking in the background.
Traveling along with you, and as from the old I travel to the new. Keep me traveling along with you. Round the corners of the world I turn, more and more about the world I learn, and the new things that I see. You'll be looking at along with me, and it's from the old I travel to you. Keep me traveling along with you. As I travel through the bad and good, keep me traveling the way I should. Where I see no way to go, you'll be telling me the way I know. And it's from the old I travel to. Keep me traveling along with you. Give me courage when the world is rough. Keep me loving though the world is tough. Leave and sing in all I do. Keep me traveling along with you. And it's from the old I travel to the new. Keep me traveling along with you. You are older than the world can be. You are younger than the light in me. Ever old and ever. Keep me traveling along with you. And it's from the old I travel to. Keep me traveling along with you.
Well, children, I hope you joined in with that great start song. I'm just going to come back on the screen to say goodbye to you. Oh, turn that off. So, thank you very much for joining me this morning, children, and I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Bye.